Hey y'all, I'm back. I'm back again. We're about to get started. How y'all doing on this summer wing live? This more so much for me to really do this thing, and I'm happy that I keep doing it, even though it's hard. It's super hard with the schedule, but I'm gonna keep going live and see what I make out of this thing. But we're about to get into it.
So I couldn't figure out why I have this brand new
My bad, y'all.
TV in my house. All my TVs work. It didn't make sense. I was fussing at myself in my dream. Like, my conscience was saying, like, you're spending reckless money. You need to stop. And I was told myself in my dream, like, no, it's fine. I'll just replace the TV in my bedroom. I'll move my living room TV to the bedroom, and then the new TV can go in the living room. And I literally stopped myself. It's like, there's nothing wrong with the bedroom TV. You're being reckless. You need to take the TV back and go get a refund. And so I was like, okay, cool. I will go take my TV back and get a refund. Well, you guys, fast forward, I wake up, and as soon as I wake up, guess what? I turn on my TV. My TV is blown out. My TV blew out. Like, it literally blew out right after that. Working just fine, it blew out. So in that moment, it was like I had a very surreal, like, moment. Like, everything just started coming into all these things that had been happening and signs that I had been ignoring. So much so that I tried to record this in my apartment, and it wouldn't. So I couldn't.
Okay, so let's get into some of these comments. It says, commenting to keep your story in the algorithm. I just have a feeling this is about to be, ooh. So this story is keep going. So should I follow her, y'all, so we can get the update on what's going on with that apartment? Say, girl, pray over your house and your family and rebuke any harm or danger in the name of Jesus. Amen. Anoint your house. That is so true. You got to do it every house you move into, especially if you didn't build that thing ground on up. And if you did build it ground on up, you should still pray over it. You don't know what spirit is in there. Also, do not speak about this stuff while you're in a party. It gives the energy. Oh, I never thought about that. That's why the photos start acting up when you start recording when you go home. That's crazy. And everybody like, plead the blood of Jesus over your apartment. Right? That's crazy. Let's go to the next story.
When I was 13 or 14, we lived in a farmhouse. My room was really cold, so my mom had given me an old electric blanket. This particular night, I had fallen asleep with my electric blanket on, and I had a super vivid dream that I went up the stairs, up the old wooden stairs, and at the top of the stairs, every single cat I've ever owned was just sitting there. And I lived on a farm, so we had a lot of farm cats come and go.
Weird.
I've had house cats, and every single one was all just sitting there at the top of the stairs. And at the front was my first cat ever with the very original name, Fluffy. And Fluffy came forward, she opened her mouth, and I heard the words, "Get up. Get up, Bria. Get up." I woke up out of this dream and I was freaked out. My heart was pounding really hard. So I sat up in bed and ran to my mom's room. Because, you know, you're still at that age where you want your mom when you're scared. And I told her about my dream, and we were just sitting there. This was in the middle of the night, by the way. And we both kind of realized at the same time that we smelled smoke. We went back to my bedroom. My mom flipped over my blanket, and there was a burn hole in my bed about the size of a grapefruit.
Oh my God.
This burn hole would have been exactly where I was laying, probably in the middle of my back or my chest, depending if I was on my stomach or my back.
Wow.
So yeah, that was the time
That's
when
crazy.
every single cat I've ever owned saved my life. When I was 13 or 14,
Hold
we
on,
lived
y'all.
in a
These
farmhouse.
comments says they will always be your guardian angel. It says, wow, beautiful contact with the spirit realm. Oh my God, goosebumps when your cat spoke. Thank you, Mr. Fluffy. There's love is eternal. So cool. Listen, spirit communicate. It's about 280 comments. Let's keep going. Let me get some. Say, I'm crying. I love you so much. Very cool. Thank you, Kitty. All Fluffy. I believe you. Great line. Job 33. God speak to us in visions and dreams and through the night. Absolutely, the soul of the cat is still a soul. I like the fact that her cat actually warned her on whatever's going on, and then when she woke up, the grapefruit of like being there, that's just crazy and freaky, right? Next one.
Okay, let's talk about my spooky dreams that I had after visiting the museum. After I started feeling better from all the experiences I was having at my house, I started really just having these horrible nightmares. The dream that sticks out the most for me is one that I had about the basement. The basement in the museum is a lot smaller. It's a lot smaller than you think, honestly. So in my dream, it was this huge room, kind of like a temple, but I knew it was a basement. While we were in there, there was a few, 5 people in black robes.
What?
Okay, let's talk about my spooky dreams that I had after.
Did she say 6 people in black robes? Oh, hell no. Live here in Vegas. I will never go visit. And it's always got to be something about Vegas again. Like, I didn't even know this was about Vegas. It said, I believe you. I went 3 times, and 3 times as soon as I came home, something crazy happened. Plumbing all overflowed, and the alarms in my house went off, and the heater died. Come on our pod. It says, my sign not to go. I really wanted to visit the museum. Did you know that the place was originally a funeral home in 1938, and they did rituals in the basement? Scary girl says, get a lampa. That's crazy work right there. Crazy work. I might sound like I'm going fast, but shoot, it's only so much you can find on this internet without like being repetitive on what you're watching. But we're on the 4th story.
I don't know if you guys can tell, but I've never had a dream like this before. And then what happened after is just, I was lucid because I can control what was happening and everything was fine. I was like laughing up. I guess I was like on Love Island or something, right? So like me and like all the Love Island cast or whatever the fuck, random people, right? And we were supposed to be on Love Island. I already said that, but I'm sorry, I'm flustered. So anyways, we were laughing, ha ha ha, everything's fine. I got good vibes, and all of a sudden, they all look at me and they're just lifeless. Like they're like, there's like at least like 30 people in the room, okay? And they all look at me and they're like this. And I got the most sick feeling. And all of a sudden, for some reason, I was wearing this cross in my dream. And that has never happened before. And all of a sudden, I could, like, in my dream, I go like this. And I start to grip my cross. And I'm just like, and then the person that I was talking to, he goes, why are you doing that? And he was just like, why are you scared?
That dream
And then,
freaked her out, huh?
and then this is where I knew it was demonic. Because just basically saying that God doesn't exist. He was like, what do you think he's going to do for you? Like, you think God even exists? You think he's, and just, I hate saying that, but he was just starting, I was like, this is evil. And so I grabbed my cross and I backed up and I was like, this is evil. Like, this is fucking evil. And I knew it was the devil because in the beginning, it gave me everything that I wanted. Like, okay, so I was on Love Island, right? But it gave me, like, fame, money, and, like, just every single temptation that you can think of. And I was like, oh my God, like, it gave the devil, whatever was haunting me in that dream, it gave me everything that I wanted. And then it was going to tell me at the end that God didn't exist. And I just fucking, I've never, like, been able to grip this
believe
cross
her,
in my
'cause she
dream, and I
freaked
just
out.
backed up, and then I started praying to God, and then I felt myself being lifted up, like lifted, and everything just disappeared. And I just felt myself like my whole dream just disappearing and me being lifted up. And then I was like in this other dream, like I was like in a dark hallway, and then all of a sudden this midget comes running out of the hallway and starts chasing after me. Anyways, I was like, oh my God, like I've never had such a spiritual dream like that. And I was like, that was Tess, that was a demon. Because nothing has ever tried to denounce the name of the Lord in any type of dream. So anyways, I went in the kitchen and I just said, I rebuke anything in the name of Jesus that is not meant to be in this house. I rebuke anything. And I was like, I was strong and firm, and I got chills all over my body. Right after I said that, I heard 3 knocks on my front door, and I looked outside. Nobody was. It was late. Okay. And so after that, I was like, oh my, like whatever I casted out of my house was like, it got casted out. And like,
You can
it
tell
was like
it's just
trying to come in my house, but it got casted out. And then just because you know how the 3 knocks is like it's like a mockery of the whatever. So can anybody please explain this to me? And I don't know if this happens to more sensitive, intuitive people, and y'all are not going to believe me because I don't like to talk about it because I'm literally going to, but I think I'm psychic. There are things that I see in my head, and it's not like you think. It's not like visions or like, it's just something just puts a thought in my head and then it happens. I'm gonna say it, but like I can predict things, and like I predicted my sister's, like it's like an impending doom that I felt, and I actually cried a couple weeks before my sister's car accident, and then it happened. And like I don't know if it's because I'm more in tune with like my intuitive and I'm more open to, if that's why these things are happening to me. I don't know. If anybody can give me advice, if anybody's like psychic, if anybody can just give me advice on what to do and how to, you know, go about these things, how to protect myself, that'd be amazing. Because I'm sorry, this is horrible energy I'm projecting onto y'all.
Word of advice, don't just take advice for anybody. It says our creating God resides in our heart. You need prayer. I don't know why they say you need prayer, but she kind of all over the place, but you can tell this just kind of happened to her, so she's kind of spooked out about it. The closer you are to God, the more of the other side will try to prevent it. It is a warning to see if you are a believer of God. The devil just testing you. I thought this was going to be an interesting video. Nope. It actually is an interesting video. She's just all over the place. You need to ask for repentance and forgiveness. What the hell is he talking about? But anyways, King. Shh. What do y'all think was going on with it?
I want to tell you guys a story about a scary dream I had the other day. Woke me up in the middle of the night. So it was a really happy dream at first, right? Hanging out with all my friends and family. We were playing games and we're at the table eating. And all of a sudden I realize I'm in a dream. I'm like, oh, man, it's just a dream. And I look up and one person that I don't recognize was like, yeah, too bad you only got 10 minutes.
What?
And I'm like, what are you, like my conscience? And he looks at me straight in my eyes, and it doesn't say anything. Everything else is silent. It's just, and then I wake up, and that was scary because I'm like, 10 minutes. Like, is my alarm about to go off? So I gotta go to work, or is it like, you're like the Grim Reaper, or like, what is going on? I'm like, 10 minutes. But yeah, so, yep, that was my scary dream. Anybody else have any type of experience like this with their scary dreams? Let me know in the comments. Like, comment, repost, follow. Thanks, guys.
Okay, that's always crazy experience I get to where I can wake up myself from sleep paralysis dream now. Say me too, actually. I've done a lot. Sometimes I'm just like going back to sleep and then say nope. I said I'm always now dreaming. Say I had a dream where I walked into a pub, and when I entered, everyone got dead quiet and immediately stared at me. Just got an urge to turn around and run, and I woke up. That's pretty scary. I need to say my dreams are wild, and I have had this type of dream. I have a lot of lucid dreams Sometimes they get too realistic, like, or get too scary, and I just wake up, just experience in another dimension, probably. What he said, it doesn't feel like it's real sometimes, pretty scary. And said, wait until the sleep paralysis hit you. Said, oh, it has so many times. That's now. I'm just like, stop touching me, I'm trying to sleep. I grew up shaman. Also, he has a pretty deep history into that. So, what do y'all think that was? Yeah, I'm getting excited.
My baby's sleeping, but we're gonna rant a little bit because this is kind of scary. Okay, so I've been feeling really unmotivated to keep posting. Like, I've been feeling like, why am I doing this for? You know, like, nobody gives a shit. Like, realistically, I don't know, I just feel like I'm doing this for nothing. Like, you know, like, I don't know. So that's why I haven't been posting that much. Last night I dreamed with a Santa Muerte, bro. I dreamed her last night, but in my dream, me and people that I know we're gonna walk up to her, but we were so scared because we didn't want to see her face. We were scared to look at her. So she transformed into like another person, but we knew it was her. Like, she transformed into a different person. It was like a hot guy. She was telling me that she could make me famous and that she could, you know, give me what I want. I want to be known on social media, okay? And I want to make money, but money's not a priority to me on social media, honestly. I just want to be known, and then money comes afterwards. But that's what I've been wanting since I was like 15. She told me that she can help me if I start praying for her, blah 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 blah. No ma'am, no ma'am, mission. I am not gonna do that. I don't know if she tried to like get me to do that, but it's not gonna happen. That's so scary how like evil things know what you want so bad, and they're like waiting for the right moment until you're weak-minded to come to you and try to manipulate you. Because right now my mindset is very weak and I'm very unmotivated, so I feel like that was the correct time for whatever that is to come in my dream and tell me, just pray for me, I can help you, you know? Fuck no, bitch. Oh, sorry, but no.
Pray for her.
That was a scary dream. Then she transformed into the hot guy, into like an old guy, and it was just weird because she just didn't want me to be scared of her. That's why she didn't want to show her real, like, you know what I mean? But fuck that shit. Anyways, that was the little rant.
That's crazy how they just came to her like that. Just give you a follower. You don't need that. Just prayers. It is not from God. Then you know who it's from. There's no between. That is so right. Because what the hell is that? Talking about pray to them and they just help you. That don't sound right. And if you pray to something else, you're accepting whatever it is. And that's crazy how it actually come to her in a dream. It says one time on SIL was talking about her side in my house, and I walked away. I didn't even want to hear about her in my presence, and preferably don't even speak about her in my house. He said, yep, this is my last time I'll be speaking about her in my house. Not that I ever do. Have you ever educated yourself on Santa Maria? Who the hell is this? Maybe tomorrow we go deep dive on who is this person right here. I gotta remember this, copy this name. We're gonna deep dive on that one tomorrow, and who she is and what she represented. It's a stigma, might be bad, but she's herself, isn't it? God, I love your content, keep posting. But God, oh no, I'll always be scared of La Santeria. I don't know why. Girl, you turning down was enough. You gain a follower, the devil prays on your success for sure. You'll pass the test. And it's so funny that she shared this story and then the comments go crazy and then the story go crazy. And you look at God. God will bless you God's going to give you what you need, and that was probably her test. Are you going to take it from anything that's outside of God? And even though you're going to get there quicker, it's a cost to it. It's a price to it. With God, you walk forward, and although it's a cost to you, with God, I think it's not much of a cost on selling your soul. It's more of a cost of, I have to live my life right. That means your big break is just around the corner. When the enemies attack, stay faithful. For one small creator to another, I got you, girl. I don't speak Spanish. You're so right. Good for you. Remain strong against those entities. Good story for her.
Okay, so I need help. And I need somebody to tell me what this means. So, when I was little, from what I can remember, 7 years old, I've been having the same dream over and over and over and over again. Until about 3 years ago, I started telling people about this story, right? So, the dream's not very long, so I'll tell you what it is.
Hey.
It's me walking down a dirt road,
Turn it off.
and I'm assuming I'm in Mexicali because that's where my family's from. So I'm walking down this dirt road in Mexicali, and I see like this big cauldron, like a witch's pot, like, you know, and there's like smoke coming out of it and everything, and I don't hear any background noise, like everything's quiet, and I open it up, and there's a severed body, which is my great grandpa. And I've never met this man before. I've never met him before, but I knew it was him. So I was like, okay, this is weird. Anyway, my dream goes blank. Like, everything goes dark, whatever. And then I'm on this dirt road again, but this time I'm facing, like, across the street. So I can see my great grandpa again, and he looks like he's about to walk over towards me. And all of a sudden, he gets hit by a bus.
Oh, wow.
And that's it. That's my dream. And I'm like, what the heck? And I was having this dream over and over and over again. But the dream would always change between my great-grandpa and my uncle, which is my mom's brother. So I'm like, what the heck? So, anyway, years go on. I still keep having the same dream, whatever. Again, I don't know who my great-grandpa is. Like, I've never met him. I just know, like, whatever feeling in my head and my body, it just knows it's him. So, a few years ago, I told my mom, I'm like, Mom, I've been having this dream. It's so weird, whatever. And she's literally, like, quiet. And I'm like, okay, like, you don't care about what I'm telling you or what? She's like, I literally have that same exact dream.
That's crazy.
Like, same exact dream. And I'm
How
like,
do they have the same exact dream?
what? This is weird. So then, whatever, maybe another year or so passes by, and I tell that story to my aunt, my mom's sister, and she's like, oh, that's really strange or whatever. And I asked her, I was like, hey, do you have a picture of my great grandpa? Like, I want to know what he looks like. And she said, yeah, I do, but the only picture that I have is when he's young. And I said, that's perfect, because that's literally how I picture him, like maybe in his mid-20s, early 30s, is how I picture him in my dream. And she literally found a picture. I think we spent like at least 45 minutes looking for this picture, calling different family members, calling my grandma because it was my grandma's dad. And they find it, they send it to me, and it's literally the man in my pictures.
That's
like, it's
weird.
literally my great-grandpa. And I'm like, what? Like, this is weird to me. If I've ever seen a picture of him, I literally don't remember. And then when I told my mom the dream that my great grandpa got hit by a bus, and then like my dream goes blank, my great grandpa literally died by getting ran over by a bus.
Whoa.
And I didn't know that.
That's crazy.
Can somebody tell me what this means? I've literally had this dream
Sean,
over and over and over again. And I until this day, like literally I had this dream like 3 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago. I don't get it. It's frustrating. It's crazy to me. I just want to know. I need to know. Somebody.
See, this is literally insane. My daughter has a dream for a couple of years now. Her dream is she's in a cocoon. She can't get out, and wonder every day what that means. I was going to ask her. I was going to ask how he passed, but you answered. However, I think he's trying to send you a message. Don't scare, pray for him. He's probably trying to find peace. I mean, you're a gift. Like Joseph King of Dreams from the Bible. That's crazy, y'all.
I'm back with another spooky story, and this one is dream related. So I don't know if you want to watch this before you go to sleep. This one is a dream that my neighbor had. I spoke about how my building was a little bit haunted before, and this was one of the dreams that my neighbor had in her apartment, which is adjacent to mine. So basically, she said that she used to always have problems falling asleep in that apartment. If it's not one thing, it's the other. If it's not hearing babies cry when there was no babies around, then it was hearing people coming up the steps when there's nobody coming home. And keep in mind, we live in a townhouse, so it's only 2 apartments in this building. And at the time, we both lived alone. So it would be weird that at random hours of the night, she's hearing people coming up and down the step. Basically, somebody entering and leaving the building. And also, she would hear people speaking outside her apartment. Again, she would assume that it's me because at the time, I lived here, so it has to be me. I assumed that it was her. It wasn't until we got to talking that we realized, oh gosh, it wasn't either of us. So this particular dream that she had in her apartment, she was laying in bed facing her closet. Now, falling asleep in that apartment has always been a problem for her. Again, because of everything that goes on, like in the building. It's very unsettling. So she closes her eyes, trying to comfort herself to sleep, and doesn't remember the point where she actually fell asleep. So she closes her eyes and she opens it and notices that her closet door in her bedroom is like a little bit open. It's like cracked open. So she's laying down and she's just staring at the closet because it's just very unsettling. She looks around the room, doesn't notice anything in particular, but that it's like darker than usual and a little bit grayish. So she's laying there staring into the closet and she can't really see what's in the closet because it's like completely dark in there. So picture this. I don't know, there's something very unsettling about that too. So as she is staring at the crack of the closet, out of the darkness of the closet emerges a human dog. Yes, a human that looked like a dog. Had a human head, technically a human body, but it was on all 4s. That motherfucker ran out the closet, and my neighbor's just looking at this dog literally running around her room in her apartment, and it looks like it's trying to play with her. And she is horrified. She is freaking out, and as she's freaking out, this human dog just runs out of her room. So she goes to close the closet door, and as she approaches the closet to close it, she notices a figure standing inside of the closet. So she made eye contact with said figure, but the entity in the closet is looking back at her like, wait, you can see me? And my neighbor's shocked. She's just standing there staring at this motherfucker in the closet. And he's like, no, you can see me for real? This is not normal. How can you see me, girl? And it seems like he's starting a conversation with her. It was unknown who was more freaked out, my neighbor or the motherfucker in the closet, when she realized that my neighbor could see him and the human dog. My neighbor says she literally ran back to her bed, put her blanket over her head, and like literally squeezed her eyes together. And then she woke up. And when she checked the time, her eyes were only closed for about 2 minutes. When she did open her eyes in real life this time, her closet door was cracked. Something she didn't notice before she fell asleep. So she would actually get up in real time and actually close that closet without even looking inside of it. So there's different realms and also different dimensions. And sometimes when we fall asleep, we travel into those dimensions. And I think she wound up in a different realm of her bedroom. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed,
It says, nice lashes, you are right. It isn't a story to listen to when I'm just about to sleep. First, second, yes. You about to get ready to go to bed. Sorry, y'all. Give me a second. Here you go. Where can I send you stories? I am happy your videos are fixed poop. I guess. I'm glad I'm not seeing your Bleezy story anymore. I have been in trouble sleeping in the past couple of weeks. Can you do stories about sirens? Alright, y'all. If y'all watching these stories, make sure y'all ain't watching them alone, or put the lights on or something, or get your Palo Santo sage on. But this is day 86. Woo, we got some long days to go. So I'll see y'all tomorrow though. But I'm about to end this live because my silly self just took a sleepy gummy and then almost forgot not to go live. But